Eternal Blade, and welcome to the first of a new series. It's basically going to be weekly modeling tutorials. They're going to be smaller than my large-scale projects, which I'll continue to work on. Actually, I have another one in the works right now. But these will be something you can follow along in, half hour or an hour, and make a model at the end. So let me just pull up the reference images I got for this. It's going to be a light fixture. So it should be pretty cool once it's done. Give your rooms a little bit of detail and whatnot. So here's what we're going to be doing. It's pretty simple. Just it's got some lines to it, decent texture, interesting designs here. Just something you can stick on the wall in a bathroom or hotel lighting or wherever you want it. So let's just hop right in. We're going to use this picture as our base, so didn't want to do that, but let's see, where'd it go? There it is. So in your front viewport, hit Alt-B, and whoa. Okay, so 3ds Max 13 is different. Should have thought about this beforehand. Okay, how do we get to where I want to get to? There we go, viewport background, environment background. Nope, not that. I guess we're going on a little bit of a learning streak. I guess it's here. Okay, so that's where you do it. Navigate to wherever you saved your references and pull out this one. Oh boy, what's this? We're going to hit OK. Match bitmap. Lock, zoom and pan. Apply to active view, and OK. There we go. That works. So let's first start by making cylinder right about here. Okay. I think I'm using the default units of max, so radius of about 17.25, height of about 8 point, well, height doesn't really matter at this point. And we'll give it, say 60 sides. Okay. Press E, and my recording, I'm good recording. Okay, good. Didn't want to be saying all this stuff and not record it. So next, let's just bring it down in the view here, pressing W for the move key. Increase the height until we get to the top there. Okay. Now we can convert it to an editable poly. My hotkeys are not set yet in Max 2013, so we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. And press 1 to get into the vertex subobject mode. And select vertices here. And just start scaling them so they match the sides here. Pretty straightforward. And you're going to want to choose one side or the other to follow, as I don't think they'll both work, but you never know. Perfect. So we've got that. Next, we're going to want to work on the top. So go into the polygon mode here. Select the top, and why isn't it going into the front view? Okay, apparently, there we go. Don't know what I was pressing, but thought it was bad. Oh, I was flipping it. Okay, so F apparently flips. Anything? So let's use bevel here. And I'm just going to try to follow this. We'll see if we have enough. Okay, we can do it. So just kind of follow this line up here as best you can. Make a mistake, just continue on. Just give it a little bit of detail here and there. Alright, and simply finish on the top there. Okay, now let's come in from the bottom here. And we're going to make the thickness of this, I believe. Actually, let's not do that right now. Let's select some lines here in perspective. Again, you get here by pressing Alt-W on the viewport. So basically, we're going to select every other line, and I think this might fail, but we're going to see. I think I should have used an odd number of sides. I don't know why I think that, but just press Control Z if something didn't select. Okay. Oh, good, it worked. So float around once. Oh, don't do that. Press G to get rid of it. Wow. Okay, apparently I cannot press G in this anymore. Alright. So, let's try L for loop, maybe? Nope. Oh well. Worth a try. So, let's just set here. So, we're going to want to loop the selection and go into your front view, which we can't get into from here because F doesn't do anything. It's odd. Alright, so go in here and go to front. And let's deselect these top polygons. Okay, go back into perspective, press R, and scale these on the XY axis like so. Okay. And now let's just temporarily apply a mesh smooth to it, just to see the kind of shape we're getting. And that's exactly what we want. So go back down to your edit poly here, and turn off the mesh smooth by clicking on the little light bulb. I wish I could see. Okay, there we go. So next, let's inset this just a bit, and once more. Now using the bevel tool, we're just going to basically create the inside. So go up, basically bevel at the same thickness all the way up. So you can try to follow your old lines if you want. Tends to work nicely. Okay, and one more. And let's do one more. Perfect. So turn mesh smooth back on. And now you can see that we have a nice lamp thing. So we can come in here now and let's work on let's make another cylinder first off. It's a bit bigger than our other one. Press E, and again I have angle snaps turned on, which you press A to do that. Align it everywhere but the Y direction. That way it's centered with our other thing we have. Okay, bring the height segments to 0 and move this down a little bit. Okay, right there should be good. And make this an editable poly. So I should go edit poly. 1 to enter sub-object mode. And let's simply bring these down and let's whip out the bevel tool. So, bevel. Let's start beveling our shape to get what we want. So basically just kind of follow an edge. Okay, on the top here I'm going to make a small hole going down. Oops, don't want to do that far. Okay, that's good. And now on the bottom here, press F3 just so we can see it. Just bevel it inward a bit. Okay. and press F3 again. Apparently Avast has decided to update itself. So go into Mesh Smooth, and there we go. We have a nice little top for our thing. Next, let's work on these side pieces here. So you can see from the reference images what they look like. They're kind of swooped up. And yeah, so we're going to try to make something similar to this. So the way we're going to do it is using spline. So go in the left viewport here and just kind of start drawing. They go straight up for a little bit, so hold shift so you can go straight up. And then I'm just trying to look at all the pictures we have. Okay, so like that. And then over, kind of come in a bit. And they don't quite go there, so just like that. Go to rendering, enable and render and in viewport, and just increase the thickness until you get about the right thickness. So we're actually going to go in here and line it up. Alright. And I'd say that's pretty close. So now go into your line, go to the vertices here, select all of them except for the end vertices, right click and create and make Beziers. This. Alright, let's Alt W into this viewport here. And let's smooth things out a bit. So just use the Bezier handles and try your best to make it look good. Try to give it the nice smooth arc if I can. Okay. Might have to actually move some of the points, that's okay. And it's looking pretty good. So we're going to say that's probably good. Next, give it, call it 20 sides. And for the, let's see, there should be a way to smooth out this interpolation. You can use adaptive interpolation if you want. So let's actually just trying to work out all the little kinks that I can see. Alright, that looks pretty decent. The only thing I want to do though is maybe, well, select the line and just lower it all a bit. And then go down here and simply raise these points up a little bit more. Okay. That should be good. Next we can convert this into an editable poly. And once we're in here, well, I don't even think we need to do that, but well, we'll leave it that way for now. Just gotta watch out on the top here. You see where it kind of went in. So just select one of these vertices and simply move it over until you get the desired shape. Can be tricky sometimes. That seems pretty close. Maybe go in here. Alright, there we go. That's good. I just wanted to center it up. So next, let's make the back plate. So simply make a box and just kind of draw something like this. Okay, and line up the center with this little nub thing right there. It's a dial or something like that. Okay, and bring it back. So it's like this. And you can see now, this is actually off a little bit. The perspective is off, so it's actually right around here. So that's what we want. Let's take these and simply copy them over. Okay, that's probably about where they are in actuality. Okay. Now what we can do is just try to emulate this texture right here. Not texture, but kind of wavy pattern. So convert this into an editable poly. First thing you want to do is select all the outside edges there, chamfer them, and make them kind of roundish. Okay, let's add a mesh smooth. And see what that did for us. You can turn off isoline display if you want to actually see what it's doing. Okay, so that may have been a bit too much. I think what we need to do is select these vertices here, press R, and scale them upward. Alright, that's pretty close. So let's use the bevel tool and just kind of make some decorative bevels here. It's basically just kind of, you have to look at it and see what's happening. We just kind of want a curve going down like this, like steps almost. I think there's probably about 4 of them. Okay, there we go. And select the vertices on the back here. And just shrink them in a bit. Okay, let's look at the mesh smooth now. So here's what we've got. And we'll give it maybe 3 iterations. Next, actually looking very nice. So we will adjust a few things, however. We need this to be a bit longer. Okay. And I don't think it's quite centered up, so go in the front view here and simply align it. I'm just eyeballing it right now, so there we go. Next, let's do the last few little pieces here. Yeah, this perspective is way off. I was underneath it, so let's add these little screws or whatever they are. So make a cylinder, rather small, rotate it 90 degrees, and just put it inside there. You can give this probably 20 sides, I'm sure, is enough. And press Z to zoom in on it. Convert it to an editable poly. Okay, go to your polygon mode, and we're going to bevel. Put a lettuce. So, bevel his shape out. Okay, and make sure you bevel the inside once. Alright, Now we can add a quick mesh smooth to it. One should be fine for these screws. And we need a bit more definition in here, so let's come back in, go to your edge, and on this inside edge here, press loop and chamfer, and give it a kind of a small chamfer. Okay, and now our mesh smooth is what we want it to be. And there are, I believe, 4 of these things all the way around, so what we can do is simply effective it only, center to object, center it to the main light bulb, to the main, cancel, effective it only, center to object. I don't know, we have to align, there we go. Okay, and now when we rotate this, rotate it by 90 degrees, make 3 copies, it should work out nicely. Perfect. I think they're a little bit too far out though, so we're going to move it in a bit. And perhaps scale it a tad. That's where it is, so you can center it to your object again here. Simply scale it down in that direction. And let's select some vertices here and move them up. Okay, let's do the whole rotate thing again. So effect pivot only, align to object, that one's fine. E, no, that apparently is not working for us. So effect pivot only, align to everything but. Okay. Press E, 90 degrees, 3 copies. Alright, and there we go, that looks about right. These are the screws that actually hold this thing in place. So now we're going to just take all these screws, go into the top viewport here, and drag them over. Okay. And then simply align them as best you can. I'm using this green arrow right here. So there they are, they're aligned. We're almost done. As you can see, it was pretty quick and easy. So let's add another screw right here in the middle. So simply, let's delete this mesh smooth for a bit. Add a cylinder. We can add it right here for now. Just want to make sure it's in the middle. Alright. Move it up and scale it to size, so reduce the radius a bit. A bit more. Okay, let's work on it. So this is the big portion of the thing, so we can give this say 30 sides, convert it to an editable poly, and let's select these, bring them back. Okay, go into polygon mode, inset a little bit, then inset a lot more, extrude it out. Okay, now select these 4 outer edges, press loop, and actually I guess we're going to have to manually select these, so just do it like so. Chamfer, give them all very small chamfers. Actually undo that, chamfer, deselect that line, now we can chamfer. So, there we go. Except it's not letting us. Why is it not letting us? Okay, redo. deselect chamfer. Okay, there we go. Select this polygon, control click on edges, chamfer. Okay, add a mesh smooth to it. We'll give it 2 segments. Okay. Bring it back. And it's right in there. And it goes somewhere near the middle. Alright. We can put mesh smooth back on this back piece. 2 segments. And that's about all we have. We could probably clean this up a bit. So let's select this polygon here, inset, and give it a slight inset. Okay, just to sharpen up the edges a bit. And now you can basically put this into a wall. So let's just make a wall real quick. There you have it. There's the final model. We can put light bulbs in there if we want, but not necessary at the moment. Actually, I guess we have a couple minutes left. We're trying to make these a half-hour long, so let's use a cylinder. We have auto grid turned on. Just kind of make a shape here. Let's bring the size down a bit. Press W and align it. Okay. Convert to, actually give it 50 sides. Convert it to an editable poly. Okay, first thing we're going to want to do is scale the whole thing up. It's a bit small. Bevel. And let's just try to make a light bulb shape. The bulbs that are in this are actually kind of odd shapes, so. Okay, let's add an edge here. Connect. Scale it out. Okay. And scale this in a bit. Add another edge. Connect. Scale it out. Okay. Lastly, let's select this top thing here. Chamfer. Okay. Add a mesh smooth wherever it went. Alright, and before that you can add a shell and give it an outer amount of 0 and an inner amount of, say, 0.5. This way if you put materials on it, it'll work just fine. Okay, copy the light bulb over. And there we have it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm going to try to do more of these little quick ones, just so we can actually, see some progress being made. Feel free to make any comments. And actually, one last thing, I want this to be a bit wider. There we go. So yep, feel free to make any comments. Please subscribe and like my videos. If you want to see more of these quick little 30-minute segments where we just make one thing and that's about it, let me know. So I will see you in the next series.